Alright, do you have any crazy ex stories?
Yes, I do. Okay. So, about 3, 4 months ago. Wait, no, this was beginning of December 2020. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I broke up with my ex-girlfriend, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like, you know,
Yes.
while we were dating, it was going, it was going pretty good. But what ended up happening was she was a little bit crazy in the head, very
Mm-hmm.
crazy. And so I don't know, it didn't work out. Yeah, she talked about marriage really, really early, and I'm only 15, so I don't like to talk about that right now. That's later on in life. But so it was looks weird, but I'm like sitting like with my hand on my knee and stuff. But so basically, the first month I had been dating her, it was going well. She got mad at me for a few stupid things, which I didn't really understand, but I guess that's normal. So I just let it go and kept going on. And things, I started to see who she kind of truly was, and there's nothing bad about it. It's just she was like, I'm not really. I don't like when people are super religious, but like I'm a like I wouldn't say religious, but I do believe in God. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
um, but yeah. So she was talking about how stuff like this rapture and stuff, and that's basically the end of the world, right? And she was saying that she had like these conspiracies and shit that it was gonna happen, and that we were gonna get left behind. I'm like, why do you say that? It's like, well, I mean, if we do, then we could start a family. And I'm like, I'll have to think on that, because that's a little weird. I mean, I didn't.
Okay, so back in God, let me think. When we started dating, we started dating at almost around the beginning of ninth grade, I believe. This was a person I was friends with since like seventh grade. So
Nice.
she liked me, I liked her, so we decided why not? Let's start dating. Things are going fine. Occasionally we get into some argument about something stupid.
Thank you.
This was 9 months of hell, and I didn't even realize it because I was stupid. She was a very controlling person. She manipulated me away from my friends. She never wanted to other women. Um, then, in I believe July of last year, we broke up
Mm.
because of the most stupidest fucking argument ever.
What was the argument about? If you mind telling.
The argument was we were on FaceTime, and she was bringing up something I said about a month ago. I believe it was, she's saying that apparently I said to her that I was 140 pounds.
Mm.
But then now I'm saying 130, and she's saying that now I'm lying. Even though I know what I said. I said it was 130. But that doesn't matter. The fact that she's making a big deal out of that is bullshit.
Mm.
Either way, I got pissed. I got a bit pissed at her, and she started saying I'm yelling at her, even though I wasn't. And she said that if you ever yell at me, we have to break up. She never once said that. So
Mm-hmm.
we broke up because of that.
Mm.
I then later talked to one of her friends, which I'm now friends with her now. She told me that apparently during our relationship, which I didn't even know this happened, she cheated on me multiple times with 3 different guys, sent nudes to a whole bunch of different people,
Bro, I beat that bitch's
did a
ass.
bunch of drugs and shit
What
behind
the-
my back.
Jesus Christ, brother.
And she
Well,
she
at least
left
you're
me.
out of
The
that
reason why,
relationship
the
now.
reason
Brother,
why,
the Emperor protects.
the reason why she started that argument was so she could break up with me to be with another guy.
Damn.
Oh my god.
And-
You're shitting me.
That's not even the end of it. That's not even the
That is
end. A
actually-
month later, in August, she adds me back on Snapchat to then start falsely accusing me of spreading nudes of her online, even though I don't have her nudes, and I would never do that.
Okay.
What the?
So yes,
This You must extremely
That
toxic.
sounds like an amazing
Great
relationship.
goodness, you are out of it. Pray.
Yeah,
Yes, thank God, I got my friends back and everything.
you would have ended up the same.
I bet. So, all right. So pretty much, I had this girl that I dated in high school, and she was like what 2 years younger than me, and pretty much we were dating for a decent amount of time, for almost like 11 months or so, almost a year, and after we had broke off, and the whole reason was because, like, I don't know, we were just going at each other like after this one event, and we ended up getting in an argument right there, and we were yelling back and forth at each other. Next thing you know, one of us shouted something, you know what, let's just break up. I said, yeah, I agree. And we kind of just got mad at each other at that point. And then she was kind of butthurt because she didn't actually really mean that. She was just, I don't know. She said she didn't mean it, but I don't know what would bring her to make that point. Eventually, after like some time had passed, like we tried to be friends and stuff like that, but instead she like was literally trying to use me to cover her up from doing shady stuff behind her parents and just lying to her parents and stuff. I was like, bro, I do not agree with that. Why the hell would I why would I help you
Belong to the highway.
help you lie to your parents who took me in with open arms? Why the hell would I betray their trust for you? Hell no. And she got salty at that, so she ended up texting one of the boys that I was hanging out with to see if they could lie for her. I was like, bruh, yeah, she's bugging.
You belong to the highway, my guy.
But yeah, so a little bit more time passed like after that flopped, and then I would go to like different school events, like to support my brother. She was there after to support my younger brother for like basketball. Of course she was there, she did cheerleading. But then she started showing up in the areas where like I was at, like usually hanging out with my friends. So like we went to the park to go play some music, the same area y'all see me recording my dance videos in. It was over there, and it was like 5 of us or whatever. And she lives like in the district next door towards mine. Like I'm closer to the center, she's a little bit further in the middle of the district, right? And supposedly she came and walked with some dude or wherever. I guess supposedly he lived over here, but they hung out and they walked up to the exact same park that we were at. I was like, yeah, nah, dude. This is like the 3rd time that I seen her in the same area with like just quote unquote coincidentally. Like, nah, bro, she was bugging. And I went up to her. I was like, bro, why you keep showing up in the same area I'm in? He was like, oh, because I didn't know you were gonna be up here, blah blah blah. I was like, bro, dude, did you? I was talking to the dude she had walked up there with, and I was like, bro, did you know that I was gonna be up here? Did she know that I was gonna be up here, bro? He was like, man, I don't know, bro. We just were talking to each other on Instagram or whatever, and she said she was coming up here, bro. I was like, all right, cool, bro. I appreciate you letting me know. But like, we all know, bro. She lives like maybe 5-10 minutes away from that park, bro. We all know, and she has a park right next to right next to her street. Why the hell would she walk her way all the way up here when she could go closer to their house? Right? That don't make no sense. That's how I knew. I was like, bro, you stalking. She's freaking stalking me. I'm like, bro, step off before you catch this flame fist. Like, no cap. Like, she was freaking bugging, bro. But yeah, man. After that day, like I had talked to her about that. Like she like pretty much hated my guts. Like she was pissed. She was pissed because she got exposed. I mean, what you want me to say? Like, you pissed, and I'm saying, like, and whenever we see each other or like we see each other in public, or we did see each other in public, I was like, bro, what's up? I was just saying hi because like I ain't treat her like no stranger. I was like, what's up? She would look at me, that salty, what's it called? Freaking like disrespectful. Oh, hi, or wait, like give me that air wave or whatever, that kind of thing. I'm like, bro, she weird. She was pissed because I was in the right, and she just was able to. She had everything again, like everything with her in order to like block it off, like in order to make it seem like, oh, dang, that's not true, that I was in the wrong. But really, I was in the right the entire time. Of course, like there were situations where like yeah, I obviously should have just left her alone and stopped like messing with her, or even talking to her. Period. But I wasn't. I'm not that type of person who just pretty much cut somebody off or leave the I guess connection in a bad state. I don't like leaving on bad terms. Like making it clear and like telling the truth. I don't like that. So you know, yeah, bro. Hello, like it was crazy, bro. It was crazy. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Still to this day, though, yeah, I haven't seen her recently, but other than when I used to work at a CVS, I saw her pull up with this one dude that she had cheated on me with when we were dating, that she had sent news to when we were dating. And they pulled up to the CVS. I was just, hey, I was just all happy-go-lucky, you know what I mean? I was just smiling. Hey, I was talking to the dude because me and him used to be cool, and she was in here, bro. She was looking at me like, bro. I don't know what was going through her mind, to be honest. I don't really care. She in the past though. But
Sure.
um
Block
yeah,
out the
bro.
haters.
Oh yeah, she definitely belonged to the streets. She did my boy Adam. Oh, she did my boy wrong.
I'll believe that. I'll believe that.
No, this boy, this goes.
Yeah. So basically, it was the second month I started dating her. I think it was October or no. Yeah, it was October and then November. At the end of November, I kind of ended it, and so yeah, it was going okay, and she would come over sometimes. We'd hang out, But a lot of the nights of the week, actually, pretty much 24/7, she'd want to call me and text me and stuff. And I, as a high schooler, it's my first year in high school. I've got to make it count. So I want to do good in school, and I started to drop in grades. It was really bad. I was failing all my classes, and I kind of realized that it kind of being in a relationship was the problem for me, because even though I had somebody to love and stuff, like I still wanted to get into a good I still want to go to a good college, and stuff like that. And I need good grades to do that, I guess. But yeah. So I started to drop, and I kind of got into a severe kind of state mentally. I was very tired all the time. I was just mentally drained, and I really started to not be able to feel anything at this point in time. I started losing interest, and I don't know. But as time went on, she just kept getting more angry at me and more angry at me. And eventually I told her, hey, oh, okay. Eventually I told her that, hey, I think we need to take a break, and we can definitely revisit this at some other time, but I might be maybe a month or so to just try to recuperate my, mental health, because I was thinking of doing some bad stuff. Not like to anybody else, but like suicidal stuff. And so she's like, she's like, well, I'm gonna miss you, and yada yada. And I'm like, yeah, I'll miss you too. And yeah, it took a lot of persuading to try to just get some time to myself. And okay, about a week goes by. She texts me and she's like, are you almost done with your break? And I said, it might take a little bit of time, it takes time to heal, just like how a wound does, it does take time. And she's like, well, I can't wait forever. So I said to her, I mean, you're not waiting forever, it's just a little bit of time that I need to myself. And eventually it got pretty bad, and she was, well, some of her, like, one of her family members, like, I think they probably still hate me, and if they watch this video. I don't know, to be honest, but, they were telling me that she was talking to this other guy or whatever as well, more than me, and I was like, oh, well, that's good, I guess. It's just, I don't know, but, so I told her that we kind of needed to I just needed some time off on myself, and that I don't know if this is gonna work out, you know. So I tell her that, and you know, her reaction, I thought it would be a lot different. I thought she'd kind of let it off easy, like I know a breakup is hard and all, but the way that she kind of cut off contact was a bit immature, I would say. She basically just said, "Fuck you. I hope you go die," and then blocked me, and I was like, wow. I guess that really just shows who she truly was, because so I had when I was dating her, I had some of her family added me on different social medias like Snapchat. So I didn't really think much of it, you know. I didn't and the one person, there was one person in her family who still wanted to talk to me, and I just was like, I didn't really feel too comfortable with it, because this person was a bit younger. She was a 10-year-old, and I just tried not to talk to her. I didn't want to be mean to a 10-year-old and just say, "Nah, I'm sorry, I don't really want to talk to you. I'm not that type of person." But she would just text me sometimes to be like, "Hi, I gotta go," you know, stuff like that. But yeah, so time goes on. About a week later. Oh yeah. Also, after I broke up with her, a bunch of her family members and friends actually came and lectured me about it, saying how it was the worst decision of my life. I'll regret that, and yeah, stuff like that. And honestly, it was way too overwhelming to handle, I guess you could say. And that it just I didn't understand what the whole point of it was, but I can send you screenshots of that if you'd like, if I can find them on my phone. But yeah, basically, yeah. So a week later, you know, I'm just doing my test in or not social studies. That's not what it's called. It's freshman seminar. Freshman seminar. Okay, so I'm a freshman. Freshman seminar. I was doing my test. I think it might be the SATs. I'm not sure, but yeah. So I'm doing my tests, and my phone's going off like crazy, and I'm like, who's calling me this much? So I pick up the phone. I'm like, hello, and it's her friend, and the first thing she says is, "Why are you trying to meet up with a 10-year-old?" And in my mind, I'm like, what the fuck, bro? I said, "What are you talking about?" And what she said is, she said, "Well, you know," oh, you can blur out the name, or, and she said basically, my ex-girlfriend said to her that I was still trying to talk to the girl, and I was like, no, I barely even talked to her. Like, I don't want to talk to her either. I just don't want to be a complete asshole to a young child. So, basically, yeah, yeah, so it made me pretty upset about that, and, she's like, well, you need to block her now, and I'm like, alright, whatever you say, you know? So I go ahead and block the accounts, and I send her screenshots or whatever. It's just whatever. So yeah, and she's like, "All right, good, now," you know, and just hangs up. And so what I do is I kind of emotionally broke down inside, because you know that's something that could actually ruin somebody's life. You know, it's even though they may have not have evidence, it's still more than one person against me. You know, that could have been very bad. But if I didn't talk to somebody, I probably I would have cried a lot more than I did. But I went to the teacher or whatever, and my ex was in the class, but she wasn't taking the test that day because she skips out class a lot. But yeah, so I went to the teacher. I went and talked to him, and I explained everything that was going on and what happened, and he believed me, you know. So we went to the counselor, right? and we told her. Well, he told her because I couldn't stand to talk anymore. I was just kind of in shock. But he explained what was happening, and they called my mom, and I live with my 75-year-old great grandma. She adopted me, but my mom was kind of shocked as well that this was happening, and therefore I decided, I'm not gonna date anybody for a while. It's kind of left me with some issues that I have to work out myself. But what I can say is wait till you're older to get into relationships. If I had to give you one piece of advice to anybody who's watching, it's not worth it, And if you have somebody that is in your life and they, you shouldn't let somebody break your heart, why? Because your mom spent 9 months to grow it, so, you shouldn't let one person break it, But, yeah. I still get comments on my videos from different alt accounts from different of her family members sometimes saying, why did you break her heart, whatever, and I'm like, I just remove them from the comments or whatever. It's whatever. It's pretty immature of them, but people are gonna be haters, But yeah, that's kind of my story about this. Yeah, subscribe to Snowy on YouTube.
The plug, baby. But yeah.
Plug.